Instead, the safari and ecology work of outside birding. It can take a decade of hard work to bring a new outside to market. While the reward can be significant, the global outside market is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The company competition of the product detect Gurga flowering in instead, which is the why indicate to development in a cartoon type the tuberity laboratory is less important as the greenhouse. Contrary of human intervention, selective breeding and propagation have made the genetic background of many commercial outside a distillery according to Leiden Dusting, a same breeding for floral. That means it's extremely difficult to prefer the characteristic a new plant bird might have. But by developing genetic marker for particular types, color, shape, referee, reset, flowering, legendary, and so on. Floccultura and its company can try to speed up the process of self-breeding. Instead of waiting for a newly bred plant to flower in 3 years' time, the bred can apply genetic screening, tensioning on various plants and discard the one that's done my direct with at the start of the process. If few thousand crossbreeds come from the lab, we can screen them based on the market and just selection on the ones that have the market that you search for, say what fund for it fertilizers. Research and development manager is an indicational for a center that you want or you do you want depending on what series to find. So cultural finding teaching are a constantly guarda secret is company developing a one genetic markers and processor because that's allow them to develop a unique varieties. We keep it all sorry because it's a lot of environment funds of research. It's a still breeding you have to make a cross and we cannot just pick out on the piece of DNA and put in back there easily. Say Paul as or ornamental plant breeding research at the Netherlands Wageningen University. He and his colleagues have private our research for a Dutch government back in different that share information with particular companies. The founding is in what we're doing for 100 years already. You take two plants, you look at their characteristics, and you make a cross, but their breeds have wildlife control, and they are doing all kind of reactions with market with governing our planet can. Genetics are also used in protecting intellectual property in the new available is in Europe. Talk burning is an pattern used in states. If a company makes a new orchid, it will leak the solar to commit the orchid arson site. Otherwise, somebody else can just buy in the shop, multiply it, and sell it himself. But the best research test to make sure that a new appliance is specific for anything that's already in the market. It has to be distinct, it has to be styled, and it has to be uniform, birthright, and pattern and graded based on physical description, not DNA analysis, but essential to compare the new plant with similar product is other stability if the hard value protection. DNA analysis is a powerful tool in determining which plant the new appliance will be compared with. It's just like what we done for sensation you run markers are a different position in the DNA and they're giving you a pattern and then you have a chance to match in or not RC. Flickr don't sell to the public or even to garden centers. Their business in the product and development new varieties they sell to the cultivators who go the plants at scale. They have more than 116 116. Fighters in there come to life but several hundred more in development because the demand for novelty and development never ceases. You can't stop because it takes so long to develop new fighters, says Stephanie Kubing, the company branding manager. You have to go on or you will be hesitant. After genetic screening and ethical selection in place, the first attempts at new apprentice sibling for the parent outside. The take around 3 years grow first in a live conditional and then greenhouse. But there is serious running in the development stage. Built Saipal and Virginia University and research in the art coming away. This characters playing with don't make you ambition but in it also art multiple wildlife. Because the neck beds of plant one be sibling they will inside be escape compies of the one-way surface the selection around clones. In the beginning, everybody had the standing, so the crossing and then the sea part gave plan. Both we are fully Courtois introduced Mr. Stefan Cooper tell me. Vermis and the cell were our plan to continue growing talk and life and taste which are assumed in silver. Stefan can explain more about teaching how use the genetic result is outstanding how often can setting are cultivated and grow again after year to another selection point. The cultivation of orchid is a reservation business. The pioneer table has lack water and needed a few minutes. The application of genetic and other texturing can only speed it up so far unlimited. You have to let the plant grow. Compare the characteristic flower shape and size, color, the number size, resin to disease and soon and the mix on selection. That process takes the young plants be afraid to India and be lured to Poland before they return to Florida sister and theirs in North Holland, where there are more than 700 of greenhouse space for both development and production. Rainwater inhabited from the greenhouse fort and its resort to change weather pattern in the company are now beginning to recirculate the water and the nutrition is contained for secondary as. What funds Sonefel from this sort meet their government well, which is pumped water up to 3 kilometers below the surface at the temperature of 100 to Celsius. It provides so much energy that they are exploring sharing it will takes local of coring for this health project. It's not only the monitoring that is a mine in fast greenhouse studying open shuttle ground on routes which deliver them on the text takes difficulty in question. The Roman Antiques, which actually growth at least in several forums, which is the tools for developing new affiliate clothing, new page, and assessing the result have all been causing by technology and function. The decision of which is fully after 9 years of work. Make it ensure the catalog is still made by Stephen Kuiper and his colleagues in person. A client can have tick a Canada box and produce at the right time, but it has to be beautiful to sell and that a gentleman be people. Breeding is a little bit like gambling, could be sad and for them that human elementaries.